Good morning and welcome back. Welcome to the Sunday Morning Club. This is your Sunday morning ritual. And this week we've been talking about burning the old script and letting go of the identity that got you here so you can become the identity that will take you there. So we're going to release the old identity, not through force, not through shame, but through gentle, intentional letting go. So because your old identity served you, it got you here and it taught you things, but it's done now. We've been working on that really hard. So today we're going to honor it, thank it, and finally release it. How we start our Sunday sets the tone for our entire week. So welcome to the Sunday Morning Club, the show dedicated to intentional living and personal growth. I'm Faye Chappell, and on behalf of all of us here at Elevated Living, I invite you to take this time for yourself to find your center and fill up your cup. I'm so glad you're here. Get a comfortable seat, light a candle if you have one, get comfortable, get a piece of paper and a pen because that's always going to be helpful because we're going to do some writing today, some burning, some releasing. And this is what I like to call sacred work because you take it seriously, but also you want to be gentle with yourself, right? So let's begin, okay? We're going to start with some breath work, and we're just going to do some releasing breath. And it is designed to keep your nervous system letting it let go, basically. So we're going to breathe in for 4 counts. We're going to hold for 2, and then we're going to breathe out for 6, okay? We've done lots of breathing. This shouldn't be hard. For those of you who are new here, awesome. It's time to start breathing properly. So the longer exhale really signals to your nervous system that it's safe to release. Okay, so let's begin by closing your eyes, settling into your seat, and then breathing through your nose, inhaling for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2 counts. 1, 2. Breathe out through your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay, let's do that again. Keep your eyes closed. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding. 1, 2. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's beautiful. So let your breath return to its natural rhythm and kind of notice how your body feels. Maybe a little calmer and maybe a little grounded. So whatever you're feeling is exactly right. You can go ahead and go back to that breathing anytime you need to release. So let's move into a little bit of a meditation since you we're breathing well and you had your eyes closed. So this is a visualization practice for releasing your old identity. So again, I want you to get comfortable. I want you to settle in, okay? And I want you to close your eyes. Now imagine yourself standing in a room, and it's a beautiful room. It's warm, it's safe, it's filled with soft light. And in the center of the room, there's a fire. Not a dangerous one, a beautiful fire, a cleansing fire. And next to you, standing in the doorway, is your old self, that version that you've been for years, the VP, the lawyer, whatever your identity was. And I want you to look at them and look at them clearly. How do they stand? How do they hold their body? What are they wearing? Think about that. And I want you to walk around or toward them. And when you reach them, I want you to look them in the eyes and say, thank you. Thank you for getting me here. Thank you for teaching what I needed to know. Thanks for the skills, the experience, the lessons. Thank you for protecting me when I needed protection. Thank that self. And now say, I release you. I release you with love, with gratitude, with honor, but I release you because I'm ready for the next chapter. And you're not coming with me. And now I want you to watch your old self walk toward the fire. They don't resist, they don't fight, they understand, and they leap into the flames. This is not something that is supposed to make you feel bad. It's just dissolving that old identity. There's no pain, it's just transformation. They become light, they become air. That old identity that served you well is being released, and they're happy, and now they're gone. And now, from that fire, a new self emerges, the version of you that you're becoming. Maybe you're a coach or a consultant or a writer, right? Or maybe you're just enjoying life. But I want you to look at that new self and see them clearly. How do they stand? How do they carry themselves? What energy do they have around them? Right? Take a look and walk towards them. And when you reach them, they look at you and say, I've been waiting for you. And in that moment, you merge. You become them, they become you, because they were never separate. They were always you, just waiting for you to claim them, right? So I want you to take a deep, deep breath and say to yourself silently or loud, I am who I'm becoming. I am who I'm becoming. One more time. I am who I'm becoming. Good. So now gently bring your awareness back to your body. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay? Let's take out that journaling book or your paper and pen, and I want you to start writing. I want you to grab your paper and pen. I'm just going to give you 3 different prompts, and I want you to write without editing now. Just let it flow from what we've just done. So, number 1, what identity am I clinging to that no longer serves me? And write it down. What identity am I clinging to that no longer serves me? You can stop this if you're listening to the recording anytime and take as much time as you want, but I want you to free flow. I don't want you to overthink it. I want you to do whatever comes into your mind at first. And number 2 is, what would I lose if I let it go? And I want you to be honest, because your brain needs to know that you see what it's trying to protect, okay? So what would I lose if I let that old identity go? What would I lose? For some, it's a safety. It's some way to introduce yourself. It's security. It's reputation. But what would it be? What would you lose if you let it go? And then the final one is, who would I become if I burned that old script? That's the key. Who would you become if you burned the old script? Just like we did through that visualization meditation. Who are you going to become? And now read what you wrote, okay? And notice how your body feels. Is there resistance? Is there fear? Is there relief? All of it's valid. All of it is strictly information, okay? Does that make sense to you? Okay, so we visualized the burning of the old identity, and now we wrote it down so we recognize what it is we want to do. So now I want to do some physical manifestation. If you'd want to, you don't have to do this. This is optional. So if you don't feel like, we're going to burn some paper, but if you don't feel like burning paper, you can rip it up instead, or you can bury it, or you can throw it in water. The point is, your brain needs a physical marker that is your identity is done. So here's what we do. So you wrote down your old identity, right? So on a new piece of paper, write your old identity statement. I am a VP. I am a lawyer. I am a doctor. I am a mortgage broker. Whatever it is, I want you to write it down on that piece of paper. And then I want you to write down on a different piece of paper your new identity statement. I am a consultant. I am a coach. I am a writer. I'm a personal trainer. Whatever it is, I want you to write it down. And then number 3 is I want you to say goodbye to the old identity. So I want you to hold that paper with your old identity and say out loud, thanks for getting me here. I release you with love, but I release you. And then burn it or rip it up or throw it away. If you have a candle or a safe place to burn paper, go ahead and do it now and watch it burn, that old identity. Watch it turn to ash. As it burns, just say, I'm no longer this. I am something new. This isn't, we're not trying to do anything woo-woo here. What we're trying to do is have a physical manifestation for your brain to understand that you've let it go. So if you can't burn it, rip it up into pieces, bury it, dissolve it in water, whatever makes you identify that you are releasing that old identity for good. Once you do that, and I'm hoping you've done that, so stop the recording right now. But once you do that, I want you to claim your new identity. So I want you to hold the paper with your new identity. I want you to say it out loud. I am a consultant. I am a consultant. I am a consultant. Or I am a writer. I am a writer. Whatever it is, I want you to say it out loud 3 times. 3 times. Okay? Now, put that paper somewhere where you're going to see it each and every day. It can be on your mirror, it can be on your desk, it can be on your fridge. You can put it digitally on your laptop, so when you open it, you see it. But it's got to be somewhere that you see it every single day, and somewhere where your brain cannot ignore it. Can we do that? Because we're almost done. This is the big part of what we need to do today. So I want you to take a moment, and I want you to really reflect on what just happened. What did you feel like during that burning ceremony? What came up for you? Were you afraid to let it go? Right? Were you hesitant because you felt like, well, I know this isn't anything, this is not some metaphysical woo-woo thing that's going to happen, but if I rip it up, I can't call myself that anymore. What was it that came up? Or were you relieved to be able to say, finally, I don't have to say I'm a mortgage broker anymore? What came up for you? What's one thing that you're taking away from this practice? Think about that. So when you're thinking about this throughout the week, I want you to think about this mantra. This will be your homework mantra for the week, okay? I am no longer who I was. I am who I'm becoming. Say it with me. I am no longer who I was. I am who I'm becoming. One more time. I am no longer who I was. I am who I'm becoming. Because that's your mantra this week. I want you to write it down. I want you to repeat it every single morning. Every morning. It's really, really simple. It is easy for you to do, but I want you to really, this is the week I want you to instill that you've let go of everything and you're ready to move on to something new. Because we have a lot of work to do in the year ahead, and this is your last call in terms of releasing the old. So I want you to do that, right? That's it for this week's rituals, nothing more, right? Now you have to do the hard work about getting up and saying this each and every week. And again, I want you to say it each and every morning, every chance you get. You can just say, I am a writer. I am a writer, until your brain believes it, right? This is harder than people think, because everyone says, oh, that's easy. That's not going to change things. But it does, because you are going to repeat it over and over again. And if you don't know what it is that your new identity is, that's okay. All you have to say is, I'm becoming the new me, and that it will surface in the weeks ahead. But what the important part was to release the old you, okay? So if you enjoyed this, I'm not going to get into any nutrition tips or movement or anything else, because this work on its own needs to stay by itself, okay? It needs to really connect with you. It needs to make sure that you are willing to do this before moving forward. And if you want any raw and filtered, kind of behind the scenes, more in depth in this, you can obviously join us in our inner circle in the Rebellion Room. We are doing all sorts of this work behind the scenes, and you can also join us on in LinkedIn under the Spark newsletter or under Substack. We are everywhere, but I want to make sure that we acknowledge the fact that this week is the week that we have finally said we are ready to move forward. We're shedding that old skin, and we want to move with grace and into something that we really want to see occur for our second act. So if you've been with me for months now, you know that this has all been leading up to a very big change. We've talked about overwhelm and so many other things, burnout, things that have been holding you back, holding you to where you were before. But this identity shift that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks in 2026 is really what's needed to move you to the next level. So I want you to focus on your breathing, and I want you to focus on doing a little bit of meditation or a little bit of visualization, and then focusing on your mantra, because we will, in the weeks ahead, be adding so much exciting things for you to move forward. So until then, I want you to keep, again, saying your new identity out loud every morning, every chance you get. I am, until your brain believes it. So thank you for joining me. This was a short one, but the work is on you this week. So go ahead, embrace that new you, and I can't wait to see you again next week.
And with that, our time together comes to a close. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. Take that feeling of this space with you and let it guide your actions and reactions this week. I'm Faye Chappell. On behalf of everyone here at Elevated Living, I'm wishing you a week of profound peace and clarity. This episode was produced by the City Media Group.